Everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Kuruma, and in today's video, I'll be breaking into the top 5 cost-friendly vehicles to purchase in Grand Theft Auto Online. When you're a new player in the game, obviously spending money is not a very fun thing to do if you don't have a lot of it. So, you want to minimize how much money you spend, but still get some really good vehicles for the price you're paying. And that is exactly what today's video is all about. We're going to be breaking into the best bang for your bucks as a newer player in the game to save you some dough so you can build up your empire. Now, I should point out that while these vehicles are very good for beginners, some of these are absolutely fantastic even for experienced players, like this first vehicle we're going to be breaking into, the Shafter V12. Now, the Shafter V12 is a 4-door sports car, which is already a huge plus. But not only that, this vehicle has a top speed of 124.4 miles per hour, making it go the same speed as the Adder, a frickin' Bugatti. That's pretty dang impressive. As well, the Shafter V12 has very, very good handling, making it actually, I think, still in the top 10 when it comes to sports cars for handling in the game. The fact that you can purchase this vehicle for a measly $116,000 on Legendary shows just how good of a vehicle it is. I mean, it's got everything you would want. 4 doors, fast, great handling, and I think the car looks really nice. Obviously, it's just your generic Mercedes, but I still really like the look of Mercedes, and this thing's got a V12 shoved under the hood. So what is there not to like about this vehicle, especially, as I said, for only $116,000? This is an absolute steal of a vehicle. I own a couple of these on my main account in GTA, all with different colors, because this was one of the cars that really helped me get through when I was a newer player in Grand Theft Auto Online myself. Now, there's not only a normal variant of the Shafter V12, but there's also an armored variant, which we're also going to be taking a look at. Now, the armored variant is a little bit slower, and it's got a teeny bit worse lap time. However, that is completely made up for because it's not in the sports class, it is in the sedans class. The Shafter V12 is, I think, the 3rd fastest sedan in the game, and I think it's the 2nd fastest when it comes to lap time. As you'll notice, this vehicle is almost identical when it comes to top speed, acceleration, everything. You really won't notice the difference when driving these two vehicles. What you will notice the difference on is the armament of this car. Now, even though this is an armored vehicle, it's only $200,000 more than the normal Shafter V12, at about $300,000 compared to the $100,000 the normal one is at. Now, what does this armor get you? Well, first of all, it gets you semi-bulletproof glass, which means if you're dealing with any early AI missions, let's say you're doing Titan of a job where you got to steal the Titan, this would be a pretty good vehicle to at least get into the hangar and not take any damage, as all of the glass is semi-bulletproof, and it can take up to 26 rifle rounds before, as you can see, it does eventually cave in. But that's pretty dang impressive. As well, this vehicle can survive a single explosion, as you can see right there. So, pretty dang good. I mean, the Shafter V12, sure, it's not going to get you from point A to point B if an Oppressor Mark II is chasing you, but it will survive one explosion if somebody's just trying to be a general grade A douchebag, or it'll get you home if somebody's just trying to spray you with rounds. It's a really good vehicle. Both of them are really good vehicles, and I would suggest to pick up both of these if you're a newer player in the game. These are by far some of the most important purchases you can make. Up next, we have this, the Body 801, my favorite motorcycle in the game. There are a lot of really cool motorcycles in Grand Theft Auto Online, but the fact that the Body is free, and I'm not joking, you can go to Vinewood Hills and just steal one of these motorcycles for free, and then just put it in your garage, makes this an absolutely amazing vehicle. I would highly suggest to get one of these, and if you're a new player, I mean, this is a must-have motorcycle. First of all, if you have a motorcycle club, which I'm pretty sure just about any new player does have at this point, part of the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack, you can just put this inside of your motorcycle club garage and call it in whenever you want. But not only that, but the motorcycle's fast. This thing wheeling can get a top speed of 130 miles per hour. And not only that, this vehicle just in general has supercar level handling. I mean, we're doing this time trial in the freaking pouring rain, and we're still going to try and complete it. And I think we've got a pretty decent chance of completing it. Here we go, cut around this corner, slow down a little bit. Obviously, don't want to die around that corner there. But I mean, you can see also that we're going off-road here, and even off-road, this is pretty impressive. So overall, I mean, the Body is just an amazing vehicle. I would highly suggest to pick one of these up. Here we go. We've made it around the corner. We got 15 seconds left to make it to the finish line, and I think we have plenty of time to do that. All we have to do is get around this corner here, slow down a little bit. There you go. And come on. Come on. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. There you go, 101,000. In the rain, by the way. So this just shows how good the body is. I should also point out that this is an unupgraded body. Imagine if this thing was fully upgraded. Yeah. So I would highly suggest to get your hands on a body 801. Absolutely amazing motorcycle, and it will definitely get the job done. Up next, we have this, the Duco Death. I'm pretty sure that everybody gets the Duco Death for free if they make their way to Warstock Cash and Carry, sort by price, and it's right here for absolutely free. The way I'm pretty sure that I know it's free for everybody is because this account is not linked to anything. It used to be for returning players to Grand Theft Auto Online. You'd get this vehicle for free, you'd get the Dodo, you'd get a lot of vehicles for free. However, I'm pretty sure that Rockstar just made it free for everybody because they had a bit of a bug, and because of that, you should be able to get your hands on the Duke for free as well if you're a brand new player. And the Duco Death is an absolutely amazing vehicle. Now, if you can't get it for free, it is 665 grand, which is still pretty dang cheap if you were to ask me. Now, something you can notice about the Duke is that it is very good at launching vehicles. This is quite a heavy car. In fact, with all that armor it carries, it can do this to lightly armored or just light vehicles in general. I mean, the Duke does not care who you are or what you are. It'll send you flying, and wow, just absolutely dead. Even normal-sized vehicles, you can see, have no chance in stopping your momentum when driving. So that is something absolutely great about the Duke, is that even if you crash your car, the chances of you getting stopped when crashing the vehicle are very slim, which means somebody trying to mess with you or crash into your vehicle is going to have a very hard time stopping you. The Duke has a top speed of 120 miles per hour, which is very fast, I should point out, and as well, the Duke has very good protection. If we actually get out of the vehicle here, courtesy to that stop sign, you'll notice that it's got these little metal plates all over the front. And these metal plates do act as actual armor. So you can see if you shoot at these metal parts, it will actually stop the bullets. Same for the scoop on the front here. And as well, the passenger has extremely good protection. I don't know why the passenger gets so much protection, but it does. The side of the vehicle is really where the weaknesses come in. Both windows have this big old grate here that you can shoot through, but the rear of the Duke is amazing on the fact that you're really never going to cut through it. This is the rear of the Duke, and you can see that the rear of it is, I mean, it's basically impervious. So overall, the Duke is a fantastic vehicle. It can survive 5 homing missiles while you're driving it, the 6th one blowing it up, and as well, God, these freaking bikers, but yeah, it can survive 5 homing missiles, the 6th one blowing it up while you're driving it. But all things considered, it's fast, it's free, and it's got incredible bulletproof protection, and because of the fact that it has this extra armor, it can also survive more rounds from a minigun. Now, when it comes to shooting the weapon, you can see you can shoot out of the front, but once you go a little bit to the side, you'll see that you can't. So out here, you can't shoot. It's like this arc here, you can shoot all the way, all the way, all the way, and then it stops like here as well. So it's like a 180-degree arc you can shoot out of the front of this vehicle. It's not amazing, but to be fair, you cannot be shot from the back. So usually what I like to do is if somebody's trying to shoot me, I'll just try and run them over. It's pretty funny, but it definitely gets the job done. Now we move on to the Armored Kuruma. I'm pretty sure any experienced player watching this video knows that this vehicle was going to make the list. And it's a very simple reason why. The Armored Kuruma is bulletproof. Yes, I know. There are some very small glitches and spots you can shoot through the vehicle. But for the most part, you will never ever be shot or killed when driving an Armored Kuruma. Now the big downside of this vehicle is that you can be exploded. This vehicle cannot survive missiles. So the main thing I would suggest as a newer player to use the Armored Kuruma for is missions, gang attacks, anything like that. You're never ever going to have to worry about being shot. It's weird because it looks like you can just go right through the glass. If you shoot at the car, you can see that it looks like you can go right through. But it is completely bulletproof. No matter what, you're not going to be killed when driving an Armored Kuruma. You might take a little bit of damage here and there, but as I said, as long as you're carrying a snack or two, you're never, ever going to have to worry about dying in this vehicle. Coming in at a price tag of $525,000, that is very cheap, and I also got to say, the handling on the Armored Kuruma is really impressive. I mean, you can see that the vehicle handles very well. As well, I like to run run, oh, well, it handles well unless I drive into a guardrail, but I like to run off-road tires on it to make it really good at off-roading as well. I'm pretty sure that this vehicle is all-wheel drive because it is based off a Mitsubishi Lancer, I'm pretty sure, or maybe a Subaru WRX. It's one of the two. But overall, the Armored Kuruma is amazing. For the price tag, it is an absolute must-have, and I would highly suggest to get your hands on it. And finally, we finish off with the Brocade 6x6. This is by far the best vehicle when it comes to being a newer player in the game for a couple reasons. First of all, being a newer player, you always have to worry about griefers trying to blow you up. However, driving a vehicle like the Brocade will absolutely just demolish any griefer. First of all, because if they're in a small little dinky car, well, you can see what the Brocade does to small little dinky cars. They stand literally no chance. But as well, the Brocade can survive 50 homing missiles. And yes, you heard that right, 50 homing missiles. That means that an Oppressor Mark II, which holds like 20-something missiles, or a Deluxo, will never be able to blow you up unless they constantly respawn them in, which is going to take them so long by the time they're able to even start this vehicle to smoking, you're going to be in cover. So the Brocade is nearly impossible to destroy. It's very, very fast as well for how big this thing is, and it's pretty dang impressive on handling. Plus, you'll notice even when running into that RV, it is impossible to stop this thing. In fact, I've driven into tanks, and it still does not stop the Brocade. To prove it, I just got a tank spawned in, and I'm going to show you just how well the Brocade can handle a tank. You wouldn't think that this vehicle could push one out of the way, but I mean, there you go. Look at that. That's just absolutely insane. And we weren't even going really fast there. We were going like maybe 40 miles an hour, and we flipped a freaking tank. Now, to get your hands on the Brocade is the most important part, and the reason why it is the most beginner-friendly vehicle in the game. All you have to do is start up the DAX missions. The first one is going to be at the gas station, the 24/7 by Alamo C over here. Once you complete that mission, you're going to be sent all the way to the Freak House over here, the Freak Shop, and you're going to start the last or the first dose missions from DAX. These missions are going to net you about $400,000 from completing them all, and not to mention, once you complete all of those missions, you're going to get the Brocade 6x6 for free. To get the upgrade on the vehicle, the armor and everything, I think it's $750,000, which sure is expensive, except for the fact that you already get, as I said, about $400,000 or $500,000 just from completing the missions, and then as well, you have to do Fooligan's missions to unlock the upgrade for the vehicle, which is going to net you another $500,000. Essentially, it's absolutely free to get this vehicle and fully upgrade it as long as you do the missions that Rockstar wants you to. It'll maybe take you 2 or 3 hours of your day, but once you've done it, you don't ever have to do it again. Not only that, but this vehicle is a mobile money maker. So this thing makes money because of the acid lab in the back, and as well, it is one of the best vehicles in the game for surviving any explosions. And even furthermore, the final part is that this vehicle comes with a free Manches Scout. And the Manches Scout is one of the fastest motorcycles in the game when wheeling, plus it can wheelie and turn. So this vehicle just comes with everything as a benefit. I would highly suggest to get your hands on the Brocade 6x6. If you've been holding back, there is no reason not to, and if you're a new player, make sure to get your hands on this vehicle. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.